So my friend Quinn has just released a new ebook, and it's called Gelato-Obsessed, which maybe you guessed by the title is all about gelato. And he's actually challenged me to make a recipe from this. So today I'm going to be making some Twinkie gelato. Now Quinn's actually developed a calculator that goes along with this book, so you can adapt the same recipe for different snack cakes, such as zebra cakes or little Debbie's or whatever else you want to use. So I'll include a link to that down in the description down below, along with the link to the ebook. So today, let's make this Twinkie gelato, and I have to say that it was a lot easier to serve to my friends than the mac and cheese ice cream from about 2 weeks ago. So let's get into making some Twinkie gelato. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is toast some sugar. Now, we only need a small amount of this stuff, but you may as well make more because this caramelly toasted sugar is great on everything. So just pour out at least half a cup, but you know, as much sugar as you want to, as long as the layer that you end up putting into the oven is less than half an inch or about a centimeter thick. Once you have the sugar poured out onto a tray, place it into a 143 to 150 degrees Celsius oven or 290 degrees to 300 degrees Fahrenheit oven. And we're gonna let it bake for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And what we're gonna do to kind of indicate when to stop is when it turns nice and golden brown. It should have a nice and toasty caramel smell coming from it as well. Go ahead and pull it out and let it cool down a bit. And you know, after a few minutes of cooling, you can take a look at it and look at it. It's just really pretty. But it also smells absolutely amazing, and it has that nice, like almost toasted marshmallow flavor. All right, next we need to measure all the other ingredients to mix up. So first thing is we're gonna take 22 grams of that lovely toasted sugar we just made. And then for a bulk of the sweetness for this gelato, we're gonna add 130 grams of dextrose. Now, why we're using dextrose here instead of just normal granulated sugars, the dextrose is the most effective way to lower the freezing point of the milk base that we're going to freeze for our gelato. This will help keep it scoopable directly out of the freezer, or you know, with very little warming up. Okay, so to this we're gonna need to add 5 grams of salt and 1.5 grams of xanthan gum if you have it, which will give our ice cream that nice and chewy texture that kind of nice ice cream these days has. All right, now let's talk dairy. The first thing that we're gonna need is about 585 grams of whole milk, which corresponds to about 2.5 cups. And we're also gonna need 140 grams, or about 2/3 of a cup of heavy cream. All right, now here comes the key ingredient that will flavor our gelato, which are the Twinkies. Now we need 120 grams of Twinkies, which corresponds to pretty much 3 Twinkies. Now we need to mix everything together. Feel free to use an immersion blender to mix this all up, but for the first time in forever, I'm going to actually use my blender for something it actually can do. I blended the dry ingredients into the milk and added the Twinkies one at a time for absolutely no reason at all. You can just add them all in at once. Now I blended this until the Twinkies were completely discombobulated, but there still was a little bit of a Twinkie texture left. All right, now cover up this delicious goo, and we're gonna let it chill overnight for at least 6 hours. And this is important so that the xanthan gum and the starch from the Twinkie hydrate further, giving this the really nice texture we're after. So the next morning I pulled it out and gave it a quick immersion blend just to mix everything back up in case anything separated, and then we can pop this into the freezer for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now this is it. This is the main trick. The key step for making gelato apparently is getting the temperature cold before we actually start churning. This makes the time that it's in the machine shorter, and this therefore means less time churning. This decreases the amount of time that it actually takes for it to freeze up and the less amount of air incorporated, which is critical to that denser texture that gelato is known for. Once the hour is up, set your ice cream maker as it's required and begin to churning. Now due to the pre-freeze and the lower fat content of the gelato, this stuff is going to go from pourable to scoopable within a matter of about 15 minutes. Now I did something naughty that Quinn didn't specifically tell me I couldn't do, which was toss a Twinkie directly in while churning. It was pretty satisfying to watch dissolve. Once we reach this stage, we're done with the churning, and we can quickly transfer the entire thing into an airtight container and let it freeze for at least 8 hours. At which point we should have a nice core of scoopable gelato with the perfect frickin' texture. Quinn really has these recipes nailed down in his book, and I recommend checking out his channel as well for more content, which I'm going to link to at the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and give Quinn's book a shot if you've got, you know, a few dollars burning in your pocket. All right, with that being said, I will see you guys next week. All right, bye.